If John McCain wanted to rain on Barack Obama's parade, consider it a success on that front. Obama gave a historic speech in Denver last night. 38 million people watched it. But what are people talking about today? The VP pick from John McCain, his new running mate, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. I think it's a great move. Now we've got a woman, an African-American, running for president and vice president, no matter what. We're going to be making some history here, and that's why this is the focus of today's Making Their Mark. And let's start with Sarah Palin. Joining us once again, Chris Wilson, Republican analyst, McCain supporter, also with us once again. Keith Boykin, editor of the Daily Voice, and an Obama supporter. We're taking your calls on this one as well. All right, let's get to that point. We talked about a little bit earlier about whether or not the Sarah Palin pick can bring over some disgruntled Hillary Clinton supporters who thought basically Hillary got dissed. Let's listen to Sarah Palin's plea today.
It was rightly noted in Denver this week that Hillary left 18 million cracks in the highest, hardest glass ceiling in America. But it turns out the women of America aren't finished yet, and we can shatter that glass ceiling once and for all.
All right, there you have it. Let me get, and this is a statement from Senator Clinton concerning this pick. She says, we should all be proud of Governor Sarah Palin's historic nomination, and I congratulate her and Senator McCain. While their policies would take America in the wrong direction, Governor Palin will add an important new voice to the debate. Chris, you think that some disgruntled Clinton supporters are coming over?
Well, I think there's one thing that Keith and I should be able to agree on is the significance of the pick means that we do have a truly historical election. No matter who wins, it is a first in American history. And I think that's an important thing to acknowledge, and that is significant. But you've got to look at the Clinton supporters analytically. And one of three of them are not supporting Barack Obama today. Now, are they all going to jump on board with Sarah Palin? Probably not. I think they're going to be measured. They're going to look at her record. And at the end of the day, she does have a record of accomplishments that is, frankly, more significant than Barack Obama's. Since Barack Obama was elected to the Senate, he's been running for president. Sarah Palin has actually accomplished things. She's done things that allows people who are supporting Hillary Clinton because of what she stood for, she gives them somewhere to hang their votes. And Keith, I think that's exciting.
Hey, Keith, quick rebuttal. I'm going to get some calls in. Go ahead.
That's an outrageous lie, Chris. You know better than that.
Exactly
this
true.
is a woman who's a governor of a state of 670,000 people. That's roughly the size of Charlotte, North Carolina, the size of an average congressional district. The school district where I live is bigger than just the number of people she represents. I wouldn't want my school board president to become the leader of the free world. For God's sake, this woman is totally unqualified. And for the Republicans who have been arguing all along that experience is the most important issue, this is an outrage to show that they obviously don't care about these issues. It's not about experience, it's about judgment now, because John McCain has shown that he does not have the judgment to make the right decisions on Iraq, on Iran, on Afghanistan, and now here with his vice presidential selection, one mistake after another from John McCain. It's appalling, and he ought to be ashamed of himself for trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
I really hope all
this.
the Democrats are as dismissive and really as condescending towards this pick as you are, because I think what it's going to do is show the attitude, the true attitude that Democrats and many of Barack Obama supporters have had towards women throughout this campaign.
All right, let's get in.
Not, Chris. Let me just say something about this. I have to respond to this. Hillary Clinton, I worked for Bill Clinton. I worked in the Clinton administration. Hillary Clinton was a qualified candidate. She's a United States senator. She has Senate foreign relations experience. She's traveled the world. She knows government. She's been in Washington. She's been in the White House. This woman does not have that experience. Sarah Palin is not qualified.
It's not Sarah Palin versus Hillary Clinton.
And
Hillary
you know
Clinton's
it.
not on the ticket.
You know it.
It's not Sarah Palin versus Hillary Clinton.
And it's outrage that you would even suggest otherwise. It's an outrage.
She has more experience than Obama.
All right, let's get to some calls. Jeff in Connecticut. Jeff, go.
Hi there. First let me say that I'm all in favor of a woman being on a ticket, whether as president or vice president, but you cannot compare Senator Clinton to Governor Palin. They're two different beasts.
Did anybody make that comparison?
Oh, I think they're making it based on the fact that it's a woman and they're trying to get her on the ticket. I mean, based on the fact that Senator McCain, his constant messaging has been that foreign policy is the most important issue facing this country, and his selection truly is an insult to the citizens of the country, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far as an insult, but you make a good point. The experience issue is going to come up. Let's get another call. Deborah in Missouri. Deborah, go.
Yes, hi.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm delighted with this choice. She stands for everything I believe in. And I saw Glenn Beck's interview with her back in June, and I absolutely loved what I heard from her. I thought it was wishful thinking, actually, to believe that she'd actually ever be chosen as the vice presidential running mate. I couldn't believe it this morning when I heard the announcement. But I was committed 100% to voting for the Republican candidate.
Okay.
Because I'm most concerned about the composition
Gotcha.
of our Supreme
You're
Court.
going that way.
However, John McCain hasn't convinced me that he was firm on many of the issues that were vital to me and my family. But with Sarah Palin on the ballot, I will vote with renewed enthusiasm.
Okay.
And those of us who live out here in small
Gotcha.
town America, farm families, I think will all follow.
Got it. Okay, let's move on.
I think Deborah makes the
Keith,
point,
wait
though,
a minute.
Mike.
Hold it. I want to get another voice in on this one. Let's get Kayleen Johnson in on this. She's an author of the book. It's called Sarah, How a Hockey Mom Turned Alaska's Political Establishment Upside Down. Kayleen, maybe you can help us out here. Keith is really teeing off on Sarah Palin's, from his vantage point, lack of experience. What's she done in Alaska? Why is she so popular? Why is she the pick?
Well, hello. I would say that she has always had that over her head as far as not having enough experience. That was what people said about her when she became the mayor of Wasilla, and what people said when she ran for lieutenant governor and then became the governor, that she just didn't have enough experience. And she doesn't have a lot of experience, but I think she has a lot of common sense, and she's put that to work in her work as a governor, and that's why she's so popular. She's level-headed, and she says what she means, and there's no pretense about it. And she has come in and pretty much cleaned house here. We've had quite a bit of corruption scandals going on here for a couple of years, and she's just kind of come in and rode in on a ethics reform, and has cleaned house since she's been here, and people here are delighted to see this kind of fresh, new approach to government and to service in Alaska.
Okay, I want to get in this as well. This one point of contention. I'm sure the Democrats are going to explore this. That Governor Palin's under a state ethics investigation. That she let go the Public Safety Commissioner Walt Monaghan. She says because he didn't do enough about state trooper vacancies and alcohol abuse issues. Now Monaghan says, and here's where the investigation comes in, that he was let go because he wouldn't fire her brother-in-law, former brother-in-law, in a custody battle with her sister. Kayleen, can you expound on that? What's going on in Alaska? Do you know anything about that investigation?
You know, I know about the investigation, but I know what everyone else has been reading as well. I think that there's been a real microscope put on Governor Palin about this, but I would say that there also needs to be some insight into the nature of the trooper that's in question, and yeah. I really don't have a comment on that because it is under investigation, but I know that the safety of her family has come into question over this on numerous occasions, even before she came into office. So.
Okay. Kayleen, thanks again for your insights. Hey, we got 10 seconds each. Keith, Chris, give me a final word. Go.
Well, I think the difference, what we're looking at here is, and I think what we can both admit, we're voting for the promise of two people who both have a limited level of accomplishments when it comes to Obama and Palin.
No, we can't.
We're voting for the promise of the future.
Let him finish, Keith. Let him finish.
The difference is Obama's running for president, Palin's running for vice president. That's why I think it's a better ticket on the Republican side than the Democrat side.
Keith, go. 15 seconds.
It's an outrage. It's insulting to women. The idea that McCain says the national security is the most important thing, and then he picks somebody who has no national security experience, shows that McCain's promises have been hollow all along, that he lacks the judgment to be president, and that Barack Obama is a clearly superior choice to bring change.
There goes Keith, as he was insulting Governor Palin one more time. Keith, surprised, very dismissive of Governor Palin. I'm sure that's going to upset some folks, upset some women out there, to be quite frank with you. But good spirited discussion nonetheless, and as always, we'd like to thank you for your calls on this one.